attention deficit hyperactivity disorder,
Rona. Anyway, we gotta stay safe out here. We gotta wear the mask, appropriately. Make sure that no, look, we all know that this is. Look, it's kind of like it's your time to go. It's your time to go. Anyway, welcome to episode. Oh man, and it snapped too. Look, just done. Episode 5. Right. Brutally honest. I'm always brutally honest with these music reviews. And this week we're doing Joyner Lucas ADHD. I'm gonna share something with you. This is my second time shooting this recap or this review because I tried to do it on my other system and like there was a lag in the video. I don't know. It was insane. Anyway, shout out to A. Robinson for recommending this. I really never had focused on Joyner Lucas before. I think I heard Kamikaze that had him on it, which is Eminem track. If you're not familiar, and that was it. Like nothing. I really don't know anything else about him. So, let's just say pleasantly surprised, right? But more than pleasantly surprised. It's a good fucking album. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. So I usually break things down to tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Before I get into that, though, this is not his first offering. I think he had some other stuff like prior, like 2018 stuff like that. But I just didn't. I have no knowledge of this man or his work. Okay, so this is like my first time really partaking in any Joyner Lucas material. Even when he was on the Kamikaze track, I didn't really like listen hard to it. So. There are no tier 3 songs on this album. If there's I think there's 18 tracks total, and once you take out the skits, it leaves was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, yeah, 14 tracks. Once you take out the skits don't really bring anything to the album. The intro actually almost maybe turned the album off. I was like, what is this intro, right? I almost skipped, but I promised to let everything play. I didn't skip anything. I let everything play through, right? So I let it play the first couple times. And then maybe on my 4th or 5th listen, I just went past the skits because they didn't really bring anything to the album. So we're gonna talk about the tier 2 songs. We got ISIS. So here's the problem. It's got a feature with Logic, and Logic is. I'm not saying this because he's white, but he's Vanilla Ice Cream. And here's the deal: Vanilla Ice Cream is not bad. It's pretty good. Problem is, you gotta always you can eat it, but you can't eat it every day, regular like that. You gotta start adding stuff to it. Sprinkles, Skittles, gummy bears, whatever the fuck, right? And Logic is missing that. He's okay, he's good, but I don't know. He could be better. Anyway, I think I don't know. His feature just doesn't make the song hit. So then we got, so it's not like it's a bad song. I don't know. I'm not going to revisit that. Gold Miner, Revenge, and Still Can't Love. So Gold Miner, I mean, so Gold Miner and Revenge and Still Can't Love are in the vein of that he's been through some relationship problems, probably made some poor choices in women, this and that, and so he's got those are his songs, kind of looking back on his personal life or his relationships and stuff like that, particularly with women, and they're not bad songs, but they just don't. There's so much other stuff on the album that's just a lot better, right? So, and then Revenge. The tempo of Revenge gets old, so it gets it just kind of gets redundant and monotonous after a while, and so then you're just I'm kind of done with that. If that had been a skit, a minute or something like that, I'd have been okay with it. But for it to be a full length song, it just kind of gets old. And Still Can't Love, it's kind of repetitive at this point. So they're not bad songs. They're just not as good as the other ones that I'm about to get into. So once again, those are my tier 2 songs: Isis, Gold Miner, Revenge, and Still Can't Love. And so like I said, they're not bad. You'll probably they flow well into the album, but they're just not, you know, as good as the tier 1. I lied. First track after the intro. Great track, sets the album off right. Um, then we start to get into like, I think it's this core middle of the album. Well, I think like because it's like Lied within Isis, and then like you start to get this core middle of the album. It's really great. The War. Let me tell you, I do not like Young Thug. I do not like Young Thug as an artist or anything. Like I just don't enjoy his material or whatever. And there's been songs that have had him on it with some of my favorite artists, and it's just like it kind of ruins the song for me. But this one is all right. Like he fits. Like he fits somehow, and I'm cool with it. I can listen to this song and not be disgusted. I really like the song. Actually, no, it's fire. Like it's. I enjoy it. Okay, I enjoy it. Followed by I Love, which is a great song. My wife really likes the song too, and it's good. It's good. Um, his hook work is actually pretty decent. I mean, you don't see that a lot these days. And what I mean by I know everybody's like, well, everything is the hooks and the beats. Yes, but like a lot of the good hooks are like Migos hooks, like the same repetitive thing. But like his hooks are kind of not it. Well, that one is. I don't know. It's kind of a little bit difficult to describe. It's like to have good verses coupled with good hooks, good beat. Like it's very rare to find all three kind of encompassing, right? Because some hooks can be too wordy, some hooks can be, just like Versace, like redundant like that, or just repetitive like that, which are actually the most popular hooks because they're easy to remember and get into. Um, but he does good. He does good hook work, and then Devil's Work, which I know there are some people that had their feelings hurt, right? Some hip hop fans that had their feelings hurt because he touches on a lot of good pieces in this. We're talking about this part is like, bring us back Martin Luther, get rid of Martin Shkreli, like this comparison of of even asking like, a higher power, God, if you will, why would you take this person and like leave this person, right? Because this person is obviously like, a joke or a piece of crap or whatever, right? So like, why would you take this and leave this, right? And I mean, that's a discussion for a whole nother time. But I think what that comes down to is, the plan, right? The master plan that none of us, and he's asking about that. He's asking questions about that master plan. And that's really that Devil's Work is a really well written track and very well put together. And the way he crescendos and he gets more upset and more upset, like you can really hear the force behind it. And it's like reminiscent of Tupac. Tupac was like that, he could start off at a certain level and then like you could tell that he was getting more forceful and really like feeling his lyrics. And that song is definitely one of the best works on this album as far as showing off that emotion. So then we got Lotto. I that song is I like that song. Because we all think about hitting the lotto, we all think about like what we would do with it, and then like, um, I like the things he talks about on that and what he would do, and blow it, get it all back, and all these other things. Like I like it. It's a good track. And then we got Timbaland on the album. I can't really like I keep up with new music, but not so much. Um, as I keep up with my favorite people, but Timbaland's I don't remember hearing like something from Timbaland in like a while, and I'm probably misspeaking. Like I bet like there's been some Timbaland stuff like this year or probably last year, but I just didn't know. And I won't say I didn't know. Like I didn't know. Like I didn't hear it because a Timbaland beat when you hear it. It's pretty fucking obvious. And I mean, for somebody to be, I think he's like 30, maybe even no, he's probably 30 something years, 30 years in the game because. Trying to think, no, 20 years, at least 20 years in making beats easily, if I think, because I don't know when the Timbaland and Magoo Night Rider song was, but I know that I was in high school then. So I've been out of high school quite a long time. So like it's got to be like 20 years. But Tim Bands, I like that song. Somebody I was talking to actually thought I was like, wait a second, is this the Drake song? Like no, different songs. And then finally with Chris Brown, that's a great feature. I'm glad Chris Brown doesn't rap on this. I'm glad that he just sings and keeps it like that. Like I'm Chris Brown as a rapper. It's like just just don't, just don't like just stick to the singing and doing the hooks. And it's really hard for you to go from "Excuse me, Miss" to "I got the and the thing." Like, don't stop. Please don't do that. You get no street cred for putting hands on Rihanna. I mean, look, she may have hit you first. You may have just been defending yourself, but we're not respecting your gangster on that. So then we get to ADHD, the title track, which is it's a good quality title track, and I don't the whatchamacallit, the auto tune doesn't really bother me that much. It's like it's got a good flow, it's got a good little hook, and I think it has that good flow into the album. And a lot of my tier one songs, it's about how they flow into the album and do they throw the album off or not. And like a lot of these tier one songs, they have that in common. They're not throwing the album off, and they're really showing off like his Joyner Lucas, like his like what he can do, what he brings to the table as a hip hop artist. Will, I actually wish that the remix was the one on the album because the remix is fire. Like people try to hate on Will Smith and like whatever, but regardless of what you think of him as an actor, like I think he's up there, but I mean I think there are definitely some other actors that are like he's like upper. He's like if there's a top tier acting pool, he's in that pool, but I think like closer to the bottom of that top tier acting pool. Like I think if he showed more range, he'd probably. And I think as he gets older, he probably will, and then that's the true. Like not saying he's bad. Like not saying Will Smith's bad. I'm just saying like when compared to like Denzel or Sam Jackson or Lawrence Fishburne or guys like that on that level, or uh, even as crazy as is like Mel Gibson or wow, there's so many good ones like or Russell Crowe, or just like there's like you look at those bodies of work and you compare them, or Daniel Day Lewis, or even Leo. Like Leo's really coming to his own. Enough about Will's career though. Let's talk about this track. His verse on the remix is fire. Like I like the original song, but the remix is better, and that's what remixes are supposed to be. Remixes are supposed to be better than the original, and this remix is better than the original. And I wish the remix was on the album. So if you have not checked that out, make sure you listen to that song "Will's" featuring Will Smith with Joyner Lucas. It's Will. He raps like people forget, and he reminds you he sold millions of albums. He's gone multi-platinum. We're talking about like 6-7 times for stuff like "Getting Jiggy with It" and "Men in Black" and "Summertime" and "Miami." Like we all jammed these songs. Don't act like we all didn't. People in my time, right? We jammed to these songs, right? So don't shit on him like we didn't, right? We were all about summertime. Welcome to Miami, right? Come on. And then finally, "Broken Stupid," which to me is a funny track. It's really funny. It's like because I think he samples off of some comedian who talks about what's worse is like broke and stupid is the worst things you could be. Besides, if you're broke, stupid, and ugly, then you really got problems. It's just like it's a really funny track. It's a great way to kind of end the album on a funny note. And so overall, like Joyner Lucas, this drop, I want to say it's from 2020. Yeah, it's this year. Like this is a solid drop. Like this is a really really solid drop, and it definitely deserves to be listened to and appreciated, especially like in the age of hip hop that we are in now. Where and these people have value, like the Migos of the world have value. The I guess you could say there's a bunch of artists that I really can't. Migos is one of the few newer like art. I mean, like Future. Future has value. Like all these albums, these artists have value because they exist in this time. But like Joyner Lucas is, I guess I would consider him a new person, right? Like I consider J. Cole new, like new era. I consider Kendrick new era, right? That has value and has something to bring to the table. I would just like to see Joyner Lucas have a widen his range of topic, which I think more life experience allows you to widen your range. And I think like he's good. He's good for. I'm not sure longevity wise, but he's definitely good for another 2 quality releases. if the world's around still. So uh, I definitely um, I know there's no real grade to give it, but like if I didn't have iTunes, like I could, if I didn't have Apple Music, or if we were still in the era of like buying it, like if my buddy let me listen to it, there's definitely something I would buy for sure and have in my collection. Anyway, that being said, next week we're doing Jim Crow the musical. Um, After that, I'll just I got like two or three more. Okay, so but Jim Crow the musical is next week. Once again, shout out to A. Robinson for recommending Joyner Lucas, and remember to there we go, like, comment, or subscribe. Right, you can even dislike if you don't like the content or you don't like me or whatever. Right, and make sure to tune in next week for my next stuff. My throat's getting so dry. Like I've just been talking and talking and talking for the last like 15 minutes, right? But yeah, so like, comment, subscribe, and then also you can comment and recommend something that I should get at, that I should get to in a couple weeks. And that being said, peace.